I don't know about you, but I was doing pretty well with not buying the entire internet during lockdown. But I may have been sucked into upgrading my GoPro Hero 5 to the newish Hero 8. I'm sure you've seen enough videos and reviews of the Hero 8 now to think, well, it's a logical upgrade to go from the 5 to the 8 because the 8 is so much better than the 5. And yeah, that's completely right. So I thought I'd do this video and show you the features of the Hero 8 that aren't mentioned in all the other reviews and the adverts and things like that, that I think are just as good reasons to upgrade to the Hero 8 if you haven't already. On another note, I did go for the big bundle. You've got a big bundle that they offer, which gives you the camera with the memory card, a spare battery, the head grip and the shorty extension pole and something else maybe. Oh, a little click grip that comes with the head mount. I'm sad I worked out there's better value with what you get. I mean, the battery you need, because GoPro battery life, especially on the 5 that I was used to, was crap, so I thought an extra decent battery wouldn't do any harm. And the shorty grip I thought would be really handy for just carrying it around on. And it is. The only thing is it does feel a little bit tacky compared to GoPro's normal build quality, but I think it is very useful and probably worth going for the extra 50 quid I think it is to get the shorty grip, and the battery alone and the head grip and stuff is a bonus. Anyway, before we get into why I love the Hero 8 so much, I thought I would share a few things that I'm not overly impressed with / don't love as much, and it's always best to get the bad news out of the way first and then pick up the good news. And it's a couple of tiny little things that in the real world don't bother me, but it's always good to give, you know, both sides of the story and what have you. The first thing is it just doesn't feel as rugged as the Hero 5 that I had. I just feel like I need to take care of it. I just feel like it's a little bit delicate. And like, as I'm sure you know by now, the design has changed on the Hero 8, so the lens is completely moulded, where on the Hero 5 and 6 and 7 actually as well. So this is the first one. The lens cover is detachable, and I believe they've integrated it to stop it steaming up on the inside, which that in itself is good. I like that, but it just feels like if that breaks, you're fucked, basically. And the whole thing just, I don't know whether it's because it's new and I just want to keep it nice and what have you, but it just doesn't feel, especially without the cage around it, it just doesn't feel as rugged as my Hero 5 did, which had a tough life, a really tough life, and it still hasn't put a foot wrong. And I'm sure it will live up to, you know, it's what it's renowned for. They're not going to go backwards, but it just doesn't feel, it just feels more delicate. And moving on to that, the lack of cage is because the mounting pins are fixed into the Hero 8, which, let's take it out, which is nice. It's nice and sleek, and it means you don't have to constantly take it in and out of the annoying cage that never clicks on properly, and you put it in the wrong way round and it doesn't fit, and all that kind of stuff that you get used to. But they do fold out easy, but I think if you had cold fingers or gloves on or something like that, I don't know, with my big incompetent sausage fingers, maybe struggle a little bit just to get them out. But again, minor thing. And the only other thing is, I don't know if you can see, when it's fitted, they rock slightly because they bend so far in, so you can get it into the mount. So when it is on a mount, you do get a little bit of side to side movement, which it's not ideal because it just doesn't fill you with confidence that it's mounted securely when it is. So, you know, I think you can deal with that, and the stabilisation is so good, you're definitely not going to have any issues in terms of shaky video. Right, that's the bad stuff out of the way. Let's get into the meat and two veg. Let's get into the good stuff. There are 1,000,001 other videos and reviews going into Time Warp 2.0 and Hyper Smooth 2.0, and they are incredible features. I haven't had much of a chance to play with it yet because, you know, we haven't been allowed out and about, but I won't go into it because you've probably seen enough of it as it is, so you don't need to see any more. I'm going to go into the 3 things that weren't mentioned in any of the other reviews that I watched that have genuinely surprised me and are genuinely amazing features, and on their own, without all the other great stuff that you know about these, I think would have been worth upgrading anyway. Number 1, shooting raw photos. Oh, I don't know about you, but that just makes me so happy. Although that said, it's not full DNG RAW, it is GoPro's version of RAW. I think it's a GPR file, which I'm assuming is GoPro RAW. So it's not as crazy as a proper RAW file, but nonetheless, it's still a RAW file. And the thing that put me off uploading the GoPro pictures is I can never get them to look the way they did in the GoPro adverts, and any kind of editing, they will just crumble and fall apart. But the RAW ones, I'm so pleased, it's a completely different story. I can edit with my presets, my style, and I more than happily upload GoPro photos to Instagram and not even think twice about how they look, which is amazing. You get the raw output in every photo mode as well, so even a 30 photo burst you can shoot in GoPro RAW. It takes about 3 weeks to process it all, but you get the raw photos, and every raw photo you take, you get the JPEG alternative. I'm going to show you a GoPro RAW and a JPEG of exactly the same photo with exactly the same edit to the point. Just look at how well the GoPro RAW file copes with the edit compared to the JPEG. I mean, that in itself is completely justified the money of upgrading. That by itself. Everything else is a complete and utter bonus. The second thing is the touchscreen is 1,000,000 times better than on the Hero 5. It's so much more responsive and does exactly what you want it to do, and that in terms of just stopping me getting frustrated every single time I use my Hero 5, where I'll try and swipe right and it would open a menu, it would just not do what you want it to do, and it was a painful experience. This is like an old Labrador. It's just loyal and does exactly what you want when you want. And linked to the touchscreen is the third feature that I think has just been a game changer for me, and again by itself would have completely justified the upgrade, and that is the preset settings. So each on photo, time lapse and video modes, at the bottom of the screen you can have 10 presets of settings for each mode, which are completely customizable from everything from frame rate, resolution, color profile, ISO, everything, and you can just flick between 4K 24 for example and 120 frames a second or 240 frames a second, literally with two pushes. You don't have to go in and change all the resolution and everything like that. It's all preset and saved. So I thoroughly recommend going through, taking the time and setting up your own profiles for the type of videos that you're going to do with the GoPro, because trust me, when you're out there and actually using it, that will be a godsend that you can just flip between 2 things, like boom boom, done, and you're ready to shoot. The idea with these is you're out doing adventure-y, outdoory activity stuff, and you don't want to be fanning around trying to dial in settings when you can just push the screen twice and it's all set and ready to go. I mean, I could keep going on and on and on and on about how happy I am with upgrading to this. I mean, the Hero 5 is by no means redundant to me, I don't think, especially with how delicate I feel this is compared to it. And that'll be the one that continues a hard life until the bitter end, in which case I think I may have built my confidence up in this one, but at the moment it's still a bit precious to me. But nonetheless, 100% worth the money, and if you're on the verge of going, shall I, shan't I? Do it, do it. Other than that, I can't wait until we're actually allowed outside so I can go and play with it, go out there and get some epic content. If you've already got a Hero 8, I'd love to see some of the cool content that you've already got with it, so tag me on Instagram at harry.base, because I'd really love to give that a double tap. And other than that, if you did like this video, then why not hit the like button down below, because that really is appreciated and it really does help. And while you're down there, if you feel like it, hit the subscribe button for more videos just like this one and loads of other epic stuff. when we're allowed out to use things like this, and until then I'll see you in the next one.